Hi everybody, it's DHalleckX7 in my first cooking video in weeks. It's been busy. Rachel, say good morning.
Good morning.
Alright, if you hear a lot of jibber jabber in the background, that's Rachel doing her school stuff. I have 7 minutes until I have to sit with her for her class to keep her on task because kids have no attention span. And so we have that time for me to shut up and explain what I'm doing. So tons and tons of people, the new folks, hi everybody who's new and new to me, have been seeing the pictures of my burgers recently and calling me a big liar with my cargo pants on fire, saying that has to be beef, there's no way that's ground turkey, that doesn't look like turkey, you're a big meanie poo-poo head. See, I need to get away from kids. And I always try to explain that it's all in how you season the meat, and then you can add a super secret ingredient to darken the meat a little bit so that it passes visually for ground beef. And I'm tired of repeating myself, so I am going to post this video to show you how to do it, so I could just tag the people, do a hashtag and go boom, find it yourself. So I guess I'm having a burger for lunch. I'm going to do a little half batch recipe because I don't want to do this to the entire pound. This is 99% fat-free ground turkey. You know, normally when you cook this up, it's whiter than an albino. So we're going to darken it. I am going to use a half pound for this, and this is just for visual reference. So this is a half pound. I'm going to do basic seasoning to it right now, and then I will separate it into 2 quarter-pound batches. One I will darken, the other I will cook regular, and so you can see the color difference. So because I don't want to get raw ground turkey on everything, let me wash my hands. And because I'm a guy, we don't really wash our hands, we just rinse and tell our wives to rewash them, which works until they say, let me smell your hands, and then we're screwed. So this is pretty much just a quick off-the-cuff riff on my savory ground turkey mix. Going to add my onion powder, my Knorr beef bouillon. I've made it so many times I just eyeball right now. I will put the link to the ground meat seasoning recipes, garlic powder, in the post. Smoked paprika. Remember, once you get to a certain amount, that gets points, so we're only using a just under a half teaspoon for this one. A dash of cumin. The earthiness on this and also that distinct cumin flavor helps to mask the slight gaminess that some people say they don't like about ground turkey. Splash of Worcestershire, cracked black pepper, a little salt, there we go. And like a goof, I forgot my super awesome ingredient because I'm rushing around because of kids. We are using a touch, because this is a half batch, I'm only going to use 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking soda. This comes from a French cookbook that I came across when I was dissolving it with a little bit of water. When I was first coming up with all these ground meat seasonings and ground turkey and people don't like the texture, well, I was looking in an old French cooking blog that mentioned a French technique for mixing baking soda dissolved with a little water into ground beef and letting it sit for 20 to 30 minutes cooking it, and it retains its juiciness, browns better, and changes the texture slightly. So I figured, why not try that with ground turkey? And it works. So we're going to mix this in. And now the messy part. We're just going to mix this up.
Yay!
You did it, Rachel, good job. Now, this is what you're used to. Now, If the mix is a little sticky, I dip my hands in a little water. Stickiness is instantly gone, folks, and plus you introduce a little bit of moisture into the meat. Now this is what everyone is used to for the coloring of ground turkey. You know, it's still pretty white. I am going to cut this in half and put this is the control group for all my science-minded amigos. So this we are going to cook plain. This, wash my hands again. I have 2 minutes till Rachel's class.
Yay!
Don't you say yay. You hate it. And I am going to add, normally I will add more, but this is just a single quarter-pound patty for me. I am going to add just a half teaspoon of cocoa powder and a little bit of water. It'll add moisture and also help the ground, well, the cocoa powder mix into the meat better. The mixture does get a little sticky. If any of the meat seasonings get sticky, once again, just dip your hands in a little water and then get right back to it. Rachel apparently likes her new thing. And so then we are going to take these. You can see off the back, this is starting to darken a little bit more than the control one. It is a little darker right now. This is the cocoa powder. We're going to let these sit for 20 minutes in the fridge. And the baking soda needs that time to help with whatever chemical voodoo that you do to the ground turkey. And it helps retain moisture, it browns better, and it's awesome. It changes the cooked texture closer to ground pork versus ground turkey. So we're gonna let these sit for 20 minutes, come back, make burgers. All right, we are back. It has been actually half an hour because of Rachel's class. And here is the color difference. Here is the 99% fat-free ground turkey without cocoa powder and with cocoa powder. Boom. It's as black as my cold heart. So right now I'm going to use a cheap couple buck burger former that I got on Amazon. It's a cheap one, it's already broken, but hey, it works. And I'm going to make quarter-pound patties, which, yes, Negative Nancy is they are going to be 0 points each on blue and purple. Because of them being a quarter-pound, they will be 2 points on green. If you wanted them to be just 1 point, take them down to 3 ounces. So first, I personally, because meat, it is a little sticky, once again, I wet my hands, and that instantly takes care of that, and also, once again, reintroduces a little bit more moisture. So, going to just, boom. 1, 2. Now, the harder you press on this, the patty could stick to this, which sucks. So here's a quarter-pound patty without the cocoa powder. And here is quarter-pound patty with, come on, baby, work with me, with the cocoa powder. And let's see them side by side. See? Just that little bit of cocoa powder, plus letting it sit with the baking soda causes a chemical reaction, all kinds of cool big word stuff that my male brain doesn't like to say without coffee. Now I am going to cook these right now so you could see what the difference is when they are cooked. Because these are quarter-pound, I have the flat top heated up over a medium heat for about a minute, minute and a half. I'm going to let these go for, because this is 99% fat-free, it cooks a lot faster. I would increase cook time if I use 93%, but because this is 99, I'm going to do 2.5 minutes per side. Bring them back, let you see what they look like. It has been the longest couple minutes of my life because I really want a burger for breakfast. Because low point cooking, I can. That's how you get away with not tracking for so long. And still, doing okay. Anyway, babbling aside. So I cooked my 1/4 pound, 99% fat-free ground turkey patties in my hot pan for a couple minutes per side. Now to let you see what the difference is in the finished coloration of the ground turkey with and without the added cocoa powder. Try to guess which one's which. See? That was for you people who are colorblind. Thought I might actually point it out for you and be helpful. So as you can see, mis amigos, this is 99% fat-free ground turkey. This is what folks are used to seeing with your nitpicky husbands, boyfriends, significant others, and, you know, naysaying spouses and folks who don't like your diet food, say they don't like ground turkey and all that stuff. Well, this looks like beef to me. The biggest question I usually get is with the cocoa powder, does it make the meat, oops, head's out of frame, boom, there we go. Now I'm shorter and in frame, so it's a trade-off. The cocoa powder, does it make it taste like chocolate? Does it give it a sweet flavor? No, it's unsweetened cocoa powder. In the same way that in Mexican mole sauce, they use cocoa powder as an earthy, you know, an earthy savory seasoning with it. It actually adds a nice depth to the ground turkey, which really complements the cumin and the smoked paprika. It's not overpowering. In a typical pound of the 99% fat-free ground turkey, I will usually add about, depending on how dark I want it, between 2 teaspoons to a full tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder into the mix. It doesn't overpower everything. You can still taste the garlic, the onion powder, the Worcestershire sauce, and all that other stuff. It gives good flavor, and the more you use, the darker it gets. If you use over 1 tablespoon, it gets a point, so be careful with that. But yeah, pretty much this. And the baking soda, yes, it's a must. It really does help with the moisture retention, the cooked texture. However, be careful. If you overcook your patties with the baking soda in it, they get tough. So after 1 or 2 times, you find that nice little spot. But anyway, that is how I make my burgers look like beef, just with a little bit of cocoa powder. Don't forget to mix it in with a little bit of water. Helps distribute it amongst the raw meat better.